Hi there guys, so it's probably going to be another fairly shortish one. It's currently 2:45 because I've been here with Zippy. I've been rewiring the radio as the speaker wires were all done wrong by the previous owner, and I've been trying to fix the electric fan, which I'll have to finish off another day because I don't have the bits and bobs here to repair that because the wires corroded off inside the fan, so I need to fix that and then seal it back up, so that's something for another day. But yeah, we'll see what we can get done on this today. We'll finish off grinding these welds off and filling them in and all that jazz. Been a while since I've been here. Well, it was last Tuesday and it's now Monday, so 6 days, and even last time I was here was a short day, so yeah, slow progress at the moment, but been a bit busy, so you know. And also, I came here 2 days last week where I literally just repaired Zippy, like towards the end of the week, where a rear brake cylinder crapped itself and I was trying to adjust the brakes. I found that. And the wipers went as well. I had to completely take the mechanism apart and clean that up. So, yeah, didn't bother recording any of that. I just wanted to crack on and get it done with. So, sorry about that. But anyway, we'll see what we can get done on this today. Yeah, so first we'll finish by tidying all these up and getting that all flush and cleaned up and painted. So yeah, do that. Okay, so something a little interesting I've just noticed, doesn't really matter, it's going to be replaced anyway, but the new Doorstep has these ridges in it, there and there. The old Doorstep also had those, although they don't look quite as pronounced as they do on the new panel. Okay, there we go. And then if we just pop round the other side, grab my torch on the way past. Yoink. There's none at this side. So, it's either had a new Doorstep at one of these two sides before, which is possible. I think the torch is washing it out, making it worse. There's no groove here, so either one of these two sides has had a new Doorstep, or the ones at this side are just full of filler. I guess we'll find out when we cut it out if there's a groove in there or not. But yeah, I mean, I've not really found any filler in the Doorstep, just rot really, so it's entirely possible that one's just been replaced in the past. Who knows? But yeah, interesting little discovery anyway. So say, not that it matters, because both sides are getting replaced with the same heritage panels, so the other side will match. Not that anyone's going to see it anyway, because obviously the door covers it, but, you know, just one of them interesting little things I found anyway. So, yeah, let's get to work. Ooh, one more thing. So, obviously got the original hinges here, got the broken ones, replacements there, and the new replacements have arrived. So, yeah, I mean, the welds on these, I don't know how well you guys can see in there, on the lower hinge at least, look much better, but the one on the, I think that was the lower one, and then the ones on this upper one is, especially that one, it's not, again I don't know if you can really see, there you go, maybe it's not really fully filled in, and I don't really hold out much hope for that, to be honest. So yeah, I mean, we'll try bolting them on, see what happens. Well, we've already got we've got the bottom one on from the other side, so we'll just try putting this top one on, sort of see how it lines up. And if I'm still not happy with it, I will try putting these on and hope that there is just enough stud left to get a nut on it. Well, there is definitely on this one, but I don't know about these, so we'll have to see really with that one. So yeah. And I've just noticed as well, the original one had, well, it had a spacer on the bottom hinge and a washer as well on each of the studs, so basically two decent thick spacers. So that's telling me that we're going to need some spacers on the new hinges, regardless whether we use old used mini hinges or I use them ones I've just bought. But that also explains why that door has always been rubbing on there. So it's a bit interesting, because obviously the door fitted reasonably well at the air panel side, but it was too far this way. So we're having a bit of an issue with not enough space sort of thing, if you understand what I mean. Not enough front to back room, but somehow I measured it and it's the same as that side. So maybe the door isn't right. I mean, I think the doors have been reskinned, so it's entirely possible that the doors aren't right. Or this one more specifically, I don't know. Like maybe they didn't fold it close enough to the actual frame of the door or something. The door's bigger than it should be. Actually, I'll measure that door and I'll go measure the one on Zippy now. So yeah, we'll just have to. Yeah, I'm going to do that straight away. Measure the door itself and see. But yeah, we definitely seem to be having an issue, just not enough space for the door, or the door's too big for the hole. So yeah, go measure that, see what happens, and I'll let you know in just a sec. Okay, so as promised, measure the door, and I measured it literally just like at the bottom of where that dished bit is and where the door handle sits, just straight across, and it's literally about, that door is bigger by literally about 0.5 mil, so it's nothing significant. So yeah, weird, very, very, very weird. The even the door gaps on Zippy to the air panel, I'm just going to show you. Well, both sides in fact aren't right, and this car's on its original doors and everything. Sorry if it's windy. I'll try and shield the camera a bit, but this is on its original doors and, as far as I'm aware, original air panels and everything. And look, the gap even on this is not perfect. Far from even. Look, it gets really close at the top and then it opens up at the bottom. So yeah, and obviously the whole door gaps aren't quite right anyway. I mean, say it's a Mini, they're not perfect from the factory, so as long as it's not scrubbing paint off, catching the air panel or scrubbing paint off there, I'm not too worried about it. So obviously it's dangerously close to the air panel at the moment, but we can use spacers and stuff. So we'll just offer the door up with the new set of replacement hinges I've got to get the post at the right height, and I think we'll worry about shimming it and stuff once that's welded in. And yeah, I don't see what else can be wrong, because the distance from here to there, I measured from that side, it's exactly the same. So there's nothing wrong apart from potentially just needing a few spaces. And you know, there's always the potential that this car's been in a bump or whatever and something's not quite right, but you know, we'll sort it. But I reckon some shims of different thicknesses and stuff, and we'll be able to just about get it right. So yeah, we'll go with that. Yeah, let's stop rambling and actually get on with something today then. So yeah, we'll start with finishing off these seams where we've welded it on, and then think about getting the door post in. Let's carry on. Okay guys, so I've just been trying to fit the replacement hinge, and well, the first one that the stud snapped on, the hole didn't line up on the door particularly well, but I did manage to just sort of squeeze it into place. But this one, I don't know how well you can see, it's a fair bit off. I really can't get it to show up well. Let's see from that side. No, you can't really see still, but it's a fair way off, and I cannot physically get it to line up. Can only get two of the screws in at any time. So yeah, that's great. So I think I'm just going to give up on these hinges now. I'll see if I can just return them, because they're clearly just shit. So yeah, it's annoying. So we'll have to grab the old ones and put them on and see if they will. See if they'll do the job for us. So yeah, hopefully there's enough stud left on those. It's a shame, but yeah, I'm gonna have to look for some more hinges, I think, because they're just absolute crap. So yeah, it's annoying. Wasted a load of time trying to get that to line up, but whatever. Also, I've realised I've left months and months ago, like before I went to IMM 2017, I bought a whole load of all the screws and shims and everything for fitting the doors, for when I sort of reinforced this door, because this door was starting to just about fall off when you opened it, before I took this to Ireland last year, and I couldn't get Zippy on the road because I didn't have the V5 for it and all that rubbish. So I sort of just had to like make up, well, I had to put the put like a big plate on this side of the panel to spread the load a bit more. You can probably see why looking at the state of it, but the whole panel flexes because the post was broken at the top here. So I didn't realise. It seemed more serious at the time than it was. I mean, I can see now it probably was really not going to just fall off, although it was cracking down there and everything. But to just stop it from dropping so much, plated all that up. So I just bought a shed load of shims and everything, but they're all at home. So I need to remember to bring those tomorrow so we can shim this door. But obviously we've got the issue of the hinges not fitting now. So yeah, hopefully there'll be enough stud left on the other hinges. Let's have a look. Okay, so it's kind of all nattering and not much visually going on to you guys today, but yeah, I've got the door back in again with the one new replacement hinge, and the top one is actually the old one that was on the car when I stripped it. So yeah, it fits pretty well now actually. I'm not blaming the shape of the original hinge. I think the problem was I didn't really I pulled this back this time so it sat closer this way, and yeah, the gap here is much bigger now. And I don't know if you saw on the time lapse, I held the inner wing up here, so I slotted it over there and it was resting against these nuts. But I measured these, and this is 5mm of a standoff these are creating, and the gap between the inner wing and the door was anywhere between about 9 and 10mm all the way along. So that brings it down to about a 4mm gap, 4 or 5mm gap between the inner wing and the door now, with also a decent gap at this side. So yeah, I think we have the problem sorted. I was just stupid and didn't pull the door across enough. Yeah, there we go, live and learn. So yeah, pretty happy with the fit now. It needs to sort of come up just ever so slightly at the front, because it's a bigger gap at the top there, and also a smaller one at the bottom here, and then that will also bring the back down a little bit, bring these seams into line and bring that gap down a little bit. So yeah, I know some people in the comments with the last video, maybe the one before, said that you can use your welding clamps through here to hold the door up. Yeah, you can, if you don't have the world's bloody tiniest clamps. That's literally as far as they open, so it's not going to work for me, unfortunately. I do need to get some bigger clamps, because obviously, well, firstly 4 isn't enough, and secondly these ain't big enough. They're handy for smaller bits, I'm definitely going to admit that, but they're not big enough for some of the bits we're going to be having to do. So I need to get more of these. So thanks for that tip. We'll definitely try that at the other side, but can't do that at this side, unfortunately. So yeah, I think it's time to now try and wedge the door in place at least to get the gap roughly right, and we can measure exactly where this stiffener panel is going to be going. But I think it's going to be pretty much perfectly lined up with the ridges that are sort of in here. But there's a little bit of slop in that, so we need to just work out exactly where it's going to be. So yeah, we'll have the door off now anyway, and actually do what I said I was going to do before, and finish off these seams from the doorstep. 20 to 5 will get that done quite easily, and hopefully even get this marked up, maybe drill some holes ready to weld it in tomorrow or something. So yeah, finally we're getting somewhere with it. Feels quite good actually, because I've been getting a bit down, just like constantly cutting bits out and not feeling like I'm getting anywhere with it. But it's nice to be getting a good chunk of metal back in the car now, so it's really helping me try and push on with it. So yeah, let's carry on. Okay then guys, so yeah, tidied all these up and got it in primer, so that's good. Pretty much seamless now. They're not perfect, I will happily admit it's not easy trying to get it all completely flat where they're being welded together. So yeah, at least this ends in the door shut anyway and under the quarter panel, so it's never really going to be seen. And well, this end is probably one I've made the biggest cock-ups with, to be honest. So where my torch has gone. Oh, where my torch has gone. There it is. Don't know if you can even really see, but yeah, it sort of tapers out slightly just there. I just touched the wet paint. It tapers out from about there, just like that. But where was I? Battery died. Ah, yeah. So yeah, so that tapers out a bit, and it's not perfect, but it'll do. It'll do. It's not. The intention wasn't to make it a perfect car. It's just get it solid, get it looking half decent again. So what if there's little imperfections, really? No, I've no plans of ever selling it, so you know, it's mine to be proud of. Okay, yet another battery. These batteries are knackered. I need to get some new ones. But anyway, yeah, not perfect, but never mind. It is good enough. So yeah, get some laser paint on there. It'll hide it a bit too. So before this battery dies, I'm going to outro. So thank you for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, etc. I hope I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.